Hello and welcome to 18 WJTS in.form. Today we are joined by the market manager of the Jasper Farmers Market, Joe Huddleston. So welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome.
So we have you in today, not just because we like to see you or anything, or we want to strike up good conversation, but the farmers market is coming to Jasper here really soon, actually, right?
Yes, our first Saturday this year will be May 27th, Memorial Weekend. Lots of new vendors, lots of returning vendors.
Very exciting to hear. And you were kind of explaining to us before we sat down to start the interview that the Jasper Farmers Market has actually grown this year. You're looking at it's looking to be more expansive a little bit, even more vendors.
Yes, last year we moved from in front of the train depot to behind the cultural center, and they've been kind enough to renew that lease with us so we could do it again this year. And everybody ended up loving the location. People that hadn't been able to make it in a while because the terrain can now get around easily on the concrete. And I think a lot of shoppers are turning into vendors as a result. We have some new food vendors, baked goods, produce, even a couple of meat and egg vendors that are coming on board. And then we also have a lot of new crafters as well. Anything from woodworking to, if you can think it, we've got stonework and things like that there. So it's big.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it's constantly growing and expanding. And the Jasper Farmers Market, how long has that been around now?
I think this is the 16th or 17th year. No, hold on. You might have to cut some of that, but
That's fine. I think I saw on the website it was 12.
12 years? Okay.
Possibly, unless
I think it started in 2005 or 2007.
Okay.
So I don't know. We celebrated one of those increments just recently, and I can't remember which one it was.
Either way, you guys are established. You've been here for a while.
I've been doing this will be my 12th season running it. And last year, or I should say at the end of the year before that, I got a few of the vendors together and we created kind of a informal board of directors. They helped me clean up at the end because at the new location we had to be responsible for certain cleanup we didn't have to before. So we cleaned the bathrooms, we cleaned the parking area when we're done. We start cleaning up before we start even. And so, we got about 5 of the vendors out there that will pitch in and help out and take off trash and basically make sure I get to go home at a decent time.
Yes, and I mean it's not only about selling things, it's about community and being able to celebrate the wares and whatnot that people are able to give back to the community while also taking care of it and being good patrons, of course. But you also told us about how this season is going to be a 19 Saturday season, right?
Yes, that's the same as last year. We run across 20 Saturdays, but we're only open for 19 of those because Strawson Fest we close. So starting May 27th, count out from there, going to 20 Saturdays, and we'll end first weekend, I think, of October.
Yeah, and that's a long stint, definitely. And rain or shine, is it kind of, should we watch out for social media posts on that? What's the deal with that?
I have canceled the market one time in the 12 years, and vendors still showed up. So unless it is dangerous out, we're open.
Unless there's a cow, tornado, hurricane mix, we're probably going to have a farmer's market every Saturday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, that is good, reassuring for sure, so people know that they're able to go out. What specific hours on Saturdays are we looking at?
Officially, the hours are 8 to 12, but if your favorite vendor is set up by 7:30, there ain't nobody going to stop you from walking up there and trying to get your breakfast before anybody else arrives.
Fair enough. So it's good to be early on those things. I know I tend to sleep in on the weekend, but for the farmers market, it's worth getting up early, getting your stuff, and coming back with some really great products. And that kind of leads me into my question about why should residents of Dubois County and beyond come to the Jasper Farmers Market besides going to Rulers or Walmart or the other grocery stores?
Honestly, the food just tastes better. I mean, I've never, you eat lettuce, you think of it as adding texture to your sandwich, but you get some of the freshest lettuce, freshest tomatoes, and it's just more flavorful. It's much nicer, and the people are great. I tell everybody that I know it's like a family reunion every Saturday, except you like these people, you know. So we all get along really good. People of all kinds that are there, and it's a community worth having. And I want to brag on my board of directors that I have
Thanks.
too, because like I said, uh, Doris, for instance, everybody knows her. She makes the pretzels and muffins there. She will get there very early along with me, sometimes right before 6 in the morning,
Mm.
and we will chalk up the parking lot so vendors know where to go, put numbers down and everything like that. And then we got, you know, um, I probably shouldn't have named names because I might forget somebody, but we got Darren and Shannon and Angie and Chris, uh, Beckman's, Leah specifically, and like I said, Doris and Abe Graber,
Mhm.
and they will all take turns doing a variety of things, taking up the trash, cleaning the bathrooms, um, and basically allowing me to, uh, you know, slow down a little bit towards the end of the day so that I can help other people get packed up because we do that as well. We got somebody new show up, we help them set up their canopies, we'll help them tear down. We just try to be somewhere where everybody wants to be.
That's very, very neat to hear for sure. It definitely sounds like a proud community, not only to be in, but to experience. And I think that's what makes farmers markets of all types a little bit different is that you can feel the good energy when you're walking through. Those people want to be there. They want to just have good conversations. They can sell you something, that's a plus because typically it's a really great product. But just being able to be in the community and hang out is always a good thing, honestly.
Yeah, you'll find plenty of stuff that you didn't know you needed, or you might try something new. My wife makes soap and throws pottery, so I mean that's how we got involved in this. I am not a farmer. And then we have other people, speaking specifically to crafters. Like I said, they'll do whether it be um, stonework or crocheting or just sewing clothes or any jewelry, whatever. We've got all kinds of people there, and like I said, we have sweet rolls, we got pretzels, rolls, muffins, cookies, baked goods.
I know I bought a candle or two over there not too long ago. I
Mhm.
think last season actually. So there is like a good variety of things.
Yep.
And also, I think some of the farmers there, they bring fresh meat and all that stuff as well.
Yeah, we have. Last year we had two vendors that had fresh beef, some grass-fed beef, some traditionally. And then I think we've picked up another meat vendor this year. We have one vendor that has decided to go two booths this year, and they're going to be bringing eggs and I think chicken. So we'll probably have some poultry. And I want to say we have another farmer that's come on board, but I'm not 100% sure if he's just produce or if he's also bringing eggs or meat. And I've had some people talk about bringing shaved ice, coffee. It just depends on how often they show up, what they have. A
Hmm.
Wood Capital Pizza is going to show up occasionally again this year. A whole lot of fun. There are some new rules that are being enforced this year as well, specifically with regard to food.
Hmm.
That includes produce and honey. Those vendors need to make sure they have their food handler's permit. That was a new law that was enacted last year, but this is the first year we're going to be enforcing it. So if you're coming to the market and you're going to have some food and produce or honey, make sure you have your food handler's permit. And if you are a new vendor that is a crafter, make sure you do read the vendor packet
Hmm.
because we are very particular about making sure that some of your creativity is in the product that you are selling.
Yes, and that kind of brings us into what's the best way to learn more about the market or keep up on social media and stuff like that.
We have a jasperfarmersmarket.com. That's our website. I just updated it in the last couple of months. Have a whole lot of new information out there. And there is also our Facebook page, which is Jasper Indiana Farmers Market.
Hmm.
And if you go out there, that will keep you updated show you latest pictures from the previous week so you can get an idea of what's coming and what's past. And I do a Saturday morning kind of hey, we're live,
Yeah.
come out here, here's what we got. And, the past few years, I'd go down to every vendor. But this year, we've gone from maybe 40 season vendors, or I should say member vendors that have paid for the whole season, to we're upwards around 50, 55, I think now.
Wow.
It's just exploded. So I don't know if I'm going to have the time or the battery power in my, in my phone to last that long and talk to everybody. So we'll just have to see how it goes. And
It's not a bad, it's a good problem to have for sure, but at the same time, being able to give everybody the recognition, but that's just another reason for everybody to stop by in person and check it out themselves.
I might have to go visit them beforehand so I can at least rattle off a list of what's there today.
Yeah, definitely. So, Joe, I actually wanted to ask you, is there anything that you would say to someone who has never been to the farmers market or who is going to be coming for the first Saturday this season? Anything you'd like to say to the general public who are kind of on the fence or maybe trying to make plans for a farmers market like this?
If you're curious as to what we have, I recommend just watching some of the past live videos on Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, try Instagram.
Yeah.
But our Facebook page is available to the public. You don't have to log in to see it, but you can see a lot of photos that we have. And, it's seasonal food. We don't get food from elsewhere. Occasionally, if it's a student group that wants to come in, I'll let them come in without having to grow their own. But all the food that we have, all the produce we have, you got to make it, bake it, or grow it yourself. That's the three basic rules we have. And in the past, I've gone to the farms, or I've asked them to record their farms, and I'd post them up on the Facebook page so people can feel assured that what they're getting is locally grown.
Yeah, and it definitely, the proof is in the pudding, as they say. You guys obviously have your great community. You are continually building on this great thing, and it's all good stuff for the city of Jasper.
I love it.
That's great to hear, definitely. Well, Joe, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with us about the Jasper Farmers Market. We're looking forward to your 2023 season. It sounds like it's going to be a great time.
I can't imagine it any other way.
Well, there you go. And thank you so much at home for watching. This has been 18 WJTS in.form. Again, make sure you go to the Jasper Farmers Market this summer to get some great stuff. And we are local people watching local people.